Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Welcome to our website. We've got loads of news and gossip for you today. But first, here's a new song.
The moon, the stars, the sky. Come on closer, baby, let the lights go out. Yeah. We fall and then we rise. No more alibis, I wanna hurt now. Yeah. Fall into the fire, baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, hey. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Walk a straight line, how many fingers? An ecstasy, fragrance lingers, yeah. And those endless conversations, and you feel it floating now. I finally got you, and I'll follow you into the fire. Baby, we could ride the night, yeah. I'ma show you, or we could shine the light, yeah. Lift your hands, free your mind and mind combine and float up to the higher. It's okay, it's okay. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Pure love, pure love. Hold me up, cause you never wanna drop me, not me. Got the key, dancing to unlock me. Side to side, know their fingers don't faze me. Crazy to say, but nothing gonna stop me. You're talking to get you. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. You should say what you say. Oh, come on, get it on right on. Oh, come on, get it on right. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love. Close your eyes, baby, let me show you pure love, pure love. Come on, baby, let me get you close to pure love, pure love.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome! It's Tuesday. I've been screaming all day today. I'm hoarse.
Tracy, he has been screaming all day. He was in this morning like, "Arr!"
but we're getting all good.
You know, I'm glad that Tracy's here because I need some calming
I'm
down.
so glad Tracy's here. We need your energy in here. We love you, Tracy McDonough.
So many people right now want to get out from under the rock. That's what I call it, right? And they come in with all this attitude. What's wrong with people?
I kind of want Hector to do an animation. Remember Lizzie McGuire? And she would like get rolled over by a boulder and she'd like crawl out from under a rock, kind of flattened, and she stood up and shook herself off. I kind of feel like you and I need to be crawling out from under a boulder and like shake ourselves off in animation, and like here we are in this new space.
Lizzie McGuire crawl under a rock?
Yes.
You know, they don't let you do that no more in cartoons.
Valerie remembers it. Roadrunner?
She was the voice. And
She's like, yes.
And Slick was the cartoon.
But yes, happy Tuesday to you. It's nice to have our good friend Tracy McDonough from Healing Moments back in studio. It's been a long time. I was so happy when you texted me yesterday. I'll see you tomorrow at 12. I'm like, yay. We really needed her here.
You know, the last person we saw was your husband was here.
Was he here? Oh, yes.
he dropped some
off
stuff
your
off.
thieves.
He dropped something
Yeah.
off, and then I said, who's that? And he says, her husband. And where's Tracy? Oh, we left.
I thought you had left the day before.
No.
So he walked in with thieves, and Freddie goes, so I knew exactly what it was, because that is what we clean everything with.
Everything. And then after I clean, she cleans. And then after me and Slick clean, she cleans. And then after me, Slick, and everybody else, Dan clean, she cleans.
But I have to tell you, I love the smell of the thieves.
But how many times do you clean a surface?
It depends how many times people use the surface. It's
No,
just
when I
keeping it
clean this table, you were cleaning this table.
No, I
today.
would not.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, Dan says to me the other day, I cleaned that already. I'm like, thank you for, you know what? It needs like cleaned and then you can move on. I need to know what was done so that I can just move on, like in a restaurant or whatever. How are you
There's nothing
doing?
wrong with keeping everything clean.
Gotta keep it
There's
clean.
something too wrong about too clean. If you clean too much, bacteria will fight to run to that spot. That's the problem. So she cleans so well. She even did the bathroom duty. I told you I would do that, but you don't say nothing.
I did that this morning. I was like, guys, just hit the water surface. What's so hard about
How do you
that?
know it's guys?
I'm wedging my bets.
We just came from my in-laws, and my sister-in-law was like, don't use Dad's bathroom. Use any other bathroom in the house. Don't use Dad's bathroom.
Wow, you know, men get a bad rap.
You know, it's funny, at night when we're done and I leave her and it's dark, it looks a whole lot different than in the morning when I open the windows and the light shines in and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe we've had people in the studio and the bathroom looks like this. But it's all taken care of now.
Why don't we put a pamper around the toilet?
Could be more to clean.
No, then you just have to rip it. Like a what?
I was gonna say like a funnel, you know.
A funnel.
No, we're going to put a funnel on you. I'm not talking about a funnel.
Oh, jeez.
I'm talking about a pamper around the bottom of the toilet. And it has double-sided
So you're gonna have to remove this wet pamper.
No,
Yeah.
why would it be wet?
Why?
So you just found the culprit number one.
I'm laughing at Val. I'm even laughing that Val keeps hearing you and answering you over there from the board operating room.
Val says she can't use the bathroom if it has a pamper on it.
Exactly.
Apparently women have.
She didn't say it.
I heard you think it. I heard you think
She's like, I didn't say
Apparently
that.
women don't want to step on that kind of material.
No.
There's
No.
nothing wrong. It's not going to hurt you. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all clean. But I miss Tracy. So, yes, she provides us our cleaning materials, our stones, energy clearing, all the things we need to keep everyone a little bit balanced, which we need more balancing in here, by the
Can
way.
we get a bobblehead doll of her?
Oh, that would be a
You
good
want a
idea.
bobblehead of me?
Yes, we have a company. And you know, you're not going to believe this. I asked the company to come on an interview.
Did you?
Yes. And they said, no, not now.
They're busy.
I said, 10 minutes. No, not now. But they have a bobblehead. So you take a picture, and they make a bobblehead doll of you. So we're going to do Dr. Laura.
We should
And
still
then
do
we
it.
should do, so that, and then we put her high up. So that way she can woo the atmosphere.
We need
I
Tracy
can
to
channel
woo.
the energy through the bobblehead. Is that it? Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put it right up there.
We need to just bottle Tracy's energy.
Tracy, you
because
should see these doors open and close right in
they're
front
open
of
at the moment, by the way.
I have nothing to do with that.
It's the angels
I
that
thought
are
it was
with us.
Slick doing that. But I saw it, I was sitting where she is, and I look up and they were open.
Pretty
and then they
much.
closed.
But we all cohabitate together very nicely. It's a beautiful synergy of what it
what?
is. Cohabitate.
The hell is
Live
that?
together without being married. Cohabitate
We don't live, we work together.
with our friends.
Oh, we live with them?
Yes.
See what I'm talking about?
We live in peace and unity. Tracy gets me. Isn't that funny?
You
Of course
get
you
her?
live together. You live together. You're here all day long together. You probably spend more time here than you do at home, right?
100%.
No, because after this, we go work at another studio. So it's
That's
kinda
why I
cool.
always say people have to really do what they love and be happy, because we spend most of our time working, right? And when you're happy and you do what you love, you're a much healthier person. When people come to me and they say, you know, I'm so stressed and I'm sick and I don't feel good, we talk about their day and they talk about how much they hate their job. Like, why would you
Oh, no, you
spend
can't hate your job.
10 hours a day
Yeah.
someplace you hate? You're just making yourself sick.
Yeah, no, you gotta love your job. And now we're teaching.
Yeah.
You were at school yesterday teaching. And
heard.
tomorrow, apparently, I don't know how I got roped into a 9:30 class, but apparently I'm teaching at 9:30.
Because we
That's
go on air at
exciting.
12, which means we had to fit an hour and a half of teaching in before we come back, set up a studio, and go on air at 12.
Okay, so then I'm gonna throw this at you. We go on the air for tomorrow's morning show at 8.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay? Because if we could do the 9:30 up there, I don't want to give up the morning show, so now we're going to go earlier. Yeah, look at Slick. Slick is hiding under a rock, 8 o'clock. You think they're going to be here 8 o'clock?
No, you and I can be here, though.
No, I will be here. Trust me.
At 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be here.
I'm not.
I got a quarter in my pocket.
He's going to sleep right there on the couch.
I'm not hiding under a rock. You know, my mornings, they're very simple mornings. I have to like prepare myself.
Hiding under a rock.
I'm not gonna be hiding. Put a quarter on it. I'll be here.
What is that?
What is that?
Is that a shungite from Tracy?
What is that?
That's Tracy's stone she
an
gave me for my
obsidian.
birthday.
Oh, you carry that in your pocket all the time?
All the time.
That's an obsidian. That's a protection stone. It's also it's good for like legal things and
This stone apparently today has gotten bigger so that I could throw it at people. Because legally, we going. We going, baby. We going.
You keep that in your pocket every day?
Every day.
Wow.
And if I switch pants or whatever, every day. Put on shorts every day. I wear it everywhere.
That's nice.
You see, I'm a firm believer, not these wannabe fake believers. Oh, let me put this on today and then you don't see it for 2 months. I don't do that.
It's
I wear
nice,
it.
though. I didn't realize you kept this stone with you for protection.
It was a gift.
I know.
You don't put a gift away.
I'm 100% in agreement on
I didn't
that.
even stick it in this chair. And somehow, so I can always reach for it.
Is that the same stone you have on your neck?
I have shungite on my neck.
And what is that?
So shungite is more of a mineral, and it helps with EMF protection. You know, not as much as the blue shields that I use in my space, but it helps a little bit. It helps protect my energy from carrying my phone around.
Well, let's talk about your space, because your space is an incredible healing oasis.
Yes, it
And just
is.
having your presence is, I'm so happy you're here. And Teddy and everyone's like, oh, Tracy's here. Everyone just breathes a whole lot easier when you walk into a room. How do you do that?
Well, energy healing, right? I don't know how to turn it off. It comes with me wherever I go. I was on vacation. I did like 5 sessions of energy healing on the phone because I have this energy around me, and my passion is to share it with the world and help people. So when I come in here, my energy's here before I even get here. My intention before I get here is to share love with all of you and spend time and help to rebalance. So I ground myself and clear myself, and I clear you before I even get here.
And what is energy healing? When people are watching, they say, is that woo-woo? What is that?
So, okay, that's a good question. So everything in the world is made of energy, everything. And everything is frequency. Right? We all have a specific frequency. Every person, every condition, every organ, everything in the world has a frequency and an energy. And when we get sick, energy is the first line of defense, right? Energy is an invisible space around us that is actually measurable, right? They actually can measure it through science. It's called quantum physics. And when we start to get sick, things hit our energy first. That's what they mean when they say stress kills. Stress is an energy, right? Stress isn't something you can touch, feel, and see, right? Stress is an energy. Then it hits you psychologically, right? Thoughts. Thoughts create emotions, emotionally. And eventually we manifest physical disease. So energy healing is when I can start working on people's energy field, the things that are really affecting them in their lives that are manageable before they become physical, right? So garbage we carry around with us, emotions that are stuck, anger, things that we carry around in our energy, emotions from when we're young that we hold on to, stress from a pandemic, right? People are carrying around this heavy heart, this fear, this anxiety. That's all stress. That's all energy, right? Anxiety is an energy. It's not a physical thing. You can't look at it. You can look at a person who's full of anxiety.
Is that why people's tensions and just the reaction to things are just like boom? There's no even conversations. Everyone is just quick to yell, to blurt, to. There's not a whole lot of compassion going on sometimes.
Everybody is very stressed, and energy travels. So if I walked in here stressed out and upset, you wouldn't feel the way you feel when I come in here, right? You'd feel a little bit different because you would feel that from me, and you, especially sensitive that you are, you would take it on. You would feel it, you would take it on, you would start to feel it. Energy is transferable. So I stay grounded, I stay calm, I'm very peaceful, and that's what you feel when I come in. But if I came in a different state, you'd feel that too.
I got a question. So let's assume that this wall is one solid giant wall, all white. And on there, I were to take my life and put it on the line. Because what is about to happen, me doing this 5 minutes ago, this already happened. In other words, we can agree that what is happening has happened, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If this line already is there, you cannot have present and past on the same space in energy. You can't have it on the same dot. What you do have is a change of frequency from the future to the present. So if you look at a line and you can see your future, because some people are able to see tomorrow. You ever notice that? And then you're able to do it in different frequencies. Sometimes a dream, or you see a tunnel, and then it shows up the next day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see Tracy walking in here that you didn't anticipate her walking in here, but you talked about it yesterday. Oh, I see Tracy. And this was taught to me by an Indian in Puerto Rico. And what he did is he drew it in the sand on dirt. And he showed me how tomorrow is already here. That's what I'm always telling you, we're catching up. But the interesting aspect, and I didn't understand it until right now, was that you can change frequency by your behavior and your thought patterns for tomorrow.
Yes, you can change. So I call it frequency. Some people call it state. Some people call it mood. Some people call it whatever. I call it frequency because that's how I work. I work on frequencies. But yeah, I mean, look at Tony Robbins, right? He's amazing. People love him. He calls it state. How do you change your state? You change your state by physical movement. Change your emotion by motion. So changing your frequency by moving your body, changing your frequency by bringing in love and gratitude, bringing in something that makes you feel really good, which changes your frequency, changes your state, changes your mood, however you want to call it.
He's amazing because he can change frequency with confidence. So that if your frequency is low and you meet Tony, he begins to rise you up to that level where you ever go to church or synagogue and you come out and you is in a different level, baby. I mean, I could sell you a bridge for the next 3 minutes.
Well, remember what I always say, two frequencies can't live in the same space at the same time. Lower frequencies, depression, sickness, anger, are very strong, much stronger than higher frequencies. So it's much easier to get pulled down. Someone like him, someone like me, I know how to hold my frequency. When I work with people, I know how to hold my state and my frequency. I know I've spent many years learning how to hold on to that. And so what happens is entrainment, right? There has to be some entrainment, and I'm not coming down there. So people will start to elevate. So when I'm working on someone, whether it's over the phone, whether it's in their energy field, I'm working with them on a table, or just talking to them like this, I'm not coming down. So eventually their mood, their state, their frequency is going to elevate.
You know, some of the greatest leaders, Mussolini, Hitler, they learned the art of communicating frequency. Now, they did it for all the wrong reasons.
Well, they did it through fear.
Well, but you got to understand. Yeah,
Control.
what is that thing where somebody is captive by somebody and they fall in love with their captives? It has to do with prostitutes and pimps and things of that nature. And they have this false feeling of security that because they're buying into a frequency, they're not buying into the physicality of it. And all of a sudden, the people that are being kidnapped, all of a sudden they protect their kidnappers. There's a name for that. They do shows and everything on this stuff.
But it's better to have a higher frequency. I mean, you came in this morning a little.
I had a high frequency.
That wasn't high.
That was very
Although
high.
it was better than being depressed when you're yelling and in anger.
Yes. So when I work with people that are very depressed, if I can make them angry, then I know that I can shift them, because that anger is a higher frequency than depression. And if I can shift them into anger, there's a very good chance that I can continue to shift them. They're not so stuck in their illness or sadness or depression.
Well, you tell me, you walk into situations one after the other, where you're doing everything in your power to help them, and they're doing everything in their power to demise the help.
Yeah.
But not only towards you, but to everybody around you and everything you're trying to establish.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit by and let that happen. As negative as people can be, is I'm going to push the positive.
Yeah.
Am I demanding? Absolutely. But isn't life more demanding?
Yeah. So I just send them lots of love, because you
Well, I have
can
another-
transfer
I got
that
something else to
energy.
send them.
Remember what I said, you can transfer that energy. That's what energy healing is all about. I'm sending lots of love, constantly love. The worse someone is to me, the more angry, the more upset, the more love I'm sending, because they're out of balance, and it's not their fault, right? It's a reaction to the response to whatever it is that they're dealing with in their life. So by sending them love, even if they don't really want to receive it, they're going to get some of it. And hopefully
Well-
at some point, they'll be open to receiving some kind of healing. And then it really, I mean, we're all connected to this quantum field. It's just a matter of going into your heart space, opening it up, allowing yourself to feel something that makes you feel good in your life, gratitude for something, and then a whole world of healing can open up.
Well, the last 24 hours has really been a challenge, because people are putting me in the middle of things that I have nothing to do with.
She's going to tell you it's an energy.
Well, the problem is that they're bringing the energy to my house, and I'm going to lock the door. I don't know what else to do, Tracy. I am trying to help everybody. But when you come to my house, when I'm trying to work in front of a client, no less, and you're bringing that garbage here, I don't want it. So I'm going to lock the door. And I'm going to be very frank about it, just as frank as they are on the other side, giving me the business. I'm going to give them the business right back. I don't need it. I don't get angry. I get even. Listen, the bottom line is this. Nobody's perfect, including me. I don't walk on water. But if I see you throw a stone at me or somebody in my circle, I'm going to throw it back. That's all. I'm not telling you I'm going to knock you out. I'm just going to let you know what it feels like about what you're giving me. What you give is what you get. Right? Get or get got.
Yeah, but right now everyone's at such a high level of anxiety.
Okay, so keep it out there.
We need more of Tracy to do that, because people don't. I mean, they're telling me it's 5G. They're telling me it's just the energy that people are pushing out. It's spreading is what it is.
Yeah, and you know, 5G is a real thing. You know, do some research. People are like, oh, of course. Look, we have to work, right? You guys have to have all this technology in order to work. But there's things you can do to protect yourself from those EMFs that are affecting your body. And look, I used to work with kids. I worked with kids in homeless shelters, and I worked with kids in community centers in our area. There is a very absolute difference between the behaviors of kids that have phones and iPads and kids that don't.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I'm talking about like their anxiety.
Well, the anxiety now and people looking for jobs, not needing jobs, not
Not
showing up
wanting
for
to
work.
work.
Nah, nobody wants to work.
I was telling Tracy there was a
I'm
whole
I'm
article.
trying to get help. I can't get help.
See,
And
the
a lot of
problem-
people are trying to hire right now and they can't get help because people are making enough money on unemployment that they don't want to
But they
work.
can't get out of their own way.
Or they don't want to get up because their anxiety is so high that they can't actually get out of bed and function on a regular routine basis to do it. It feels like the whole world needs this massive energy clearing.
Yeah.
And I almost thought, I was hoping that this year we went through, people would stop for a moment, pause, and be grateful for what they have. And rebalance and relook at their life and say, you know what, I'm grateful for what I have, for the small things. Let's spread more love and positivity. But in essence, I think it didn't work that way. I almost think it created more fear and panic and anxiety as a whole, as the masses, and a greater divide economically for people that have money, were able to access money, and people that haven't been able to.
Well, you know, the funny thing here, partner, is that I could throw a nickel every time I hear the words that we say and do things to try to lure people in here because it's about the money. If it was about the money, I wouldn't be here.
That's just for sure.
Okay? I mean, people don't understand the difficulties that we go through to do their thing. So highlighting them and their problems, I don't have a problem doing that either. We have professionals to help in 100 different ways. But
Tracy,
do they
so
reach
many-
out to do it? I mean,
So many people need what you do.
they can't even hold on to a job. They say, okay, I'm here to learn, I'm going to work, and 3 days later, they're gone. Never to be heard from again. Why is that?
It's really hard time for people right now. It's really, I mean, look, life has been difficult for years, right? Really difficult for a lot of reasons. And now people were forced into a situation that they have no control. I think that's the biggest problem, right? Everybody just wants to be in control, in control, in control. And really in life, it's about realizing that you're the only control you have is keeping your vibration high, right? Feeling good about life and being very certain that the things that you want in life are going to happen. The minute you put your attention on the lack and the bad stuff and how bad it can be and how sick I can be, this is what happens. Your energy follows you. So you have people that are worried, oh my God, I don't have any money, I don't have any food, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick. And they make themselves sick. They actually create their fear. It's a frequency, right?
Well, hold on. Hold that thought right there. How do we get people, if you don't have any money, you get a job, right? You work, you show up to work, and you do the best you can so that you have money, and it sort of alleviates some of the other problems. Now, never having enough money is a common thing we all say. I get that. But if you don't work to get yourself out of the soup, then you're going to drown in the soup. Then who do you have to blame but yourself? I don't understand this.
But there are times that people just, they don't
Stay
know
home.
the right steps to take.
You mean working has steps? You get up, you brush off, you go to work, you do what you do, you come home, you take care of the dog and the kids and what have you.
Yeah, but not everyone
steps?
has the balance to be
it's
able
a lot
to
of
do
fear
that.
right now, like just getting up and going into a place for work, right? Do
yeah.
I wear a mask in? Do I have to wear a mask there? You know, what if a lot of businesses keep their doors locked. I had my door locked for a little while, right? Because I had clients in there and some of them are very sick and I didn't want people walking in and out. So it's kind of a weird time, right? It's kind of a strange time.
But you're working on someone, I get that. But if somebody sits down to run your books and your business and make appointments and they don't show up after they say they will,
Yeah, well,
I
that's
don't
a
get
different
that.
story. Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, they're
I
making
ha-
a lot of money on unemployment and they don't want to
I
come and
have
make money at
I
work.
have interns that say, I want to be in the studio. Okay, what do? Do you do this? No, I don't do that. Do you do this? No,